1986, which would have made that 7 years after these assassinations, a jury with one white man on it, one black man on it, found Klan members, Nazi members, and Greensboro police officers jointly liable for wrongful death. The city never acknowledged any complicity and never apologized. It just paid the money. On the 40th anniversary of their death, and after hard work that pulled together again the community the way we did with Kmart, the city of Greensboro finally acknowledged the complicity of the city, its leaders, and the police department in the murder of these 5 people. It's the first time, and things ought not take 40 years. But thank God we lived 40 years, and we never gave up that the truth would be known. And the truth process in Greensboro was helpful in this whole process. And so Caesar Corset was a Duke alum, and he was of Cuban descent, but a very, very good man. Bill Sampson was a white man out of Virginia and was the leading organizer at the largest denim producing factory in the world, White Oak in Greensboro. And Mike Nathan was a medical doctor who came to offer assistance to elderly people who might need water or somebody fell and need a Band-Aid. When the first shots were fired, he ran toward the man that went down, and he was hit flush in the face with shotgun blast. So the doctor died. Sandy Smith, who was a beautiful black young lady, and who had served in the capacity of student government president at Bennett College, but chose to take a few years off. She was planning to be a nurse and to do work in the textile mill where her father had worked, and she was shot between the eyes as she was trying to get the children, including my 2 little girls, behind the building. These were very, very fine people. But if you didn't know some of what I've just shared, they were projected as monsters, as evil communists who actually meant nobody any good. That's just not true. And 40 years later, the city, with considerable reluctance, I use the phrase, staggered to the table of justice and finally acknowledged what we have been asserting all the time. They knew the Klan were coming. They knew they were armed. They photographed them putting guns in the trunk of their car. They followed them to the site, and yet no police officers were present. After I was given a permit, and they assured me that they would be there, and they chose not to come. Instead, they came streaming in with sirens blasting after people were being killed and arrested me, and said that when I stood up over Jim's body, I said there's no way this could have happened without police complicity. I didn't know what I learned in the court. What I knew is that they had been against the union organizing, and the former mayor of Greensboro was the chief attorney for the textile industry in Greensboro. So all of that group actually was lined up against this, and I think we did give them an opening. Some of the people called the Klan and Nazis racist. Actually, that's a true statement. But it was done in a way that it could be interpreted, that it provoked them. And they got mad in western North Carolina. They got mad down in Louisville. They got mad all over North Carolina and came together. The police had an informant in the group, and they met at a Klansman's house outside of Greensboro. The informant in the group came to the police and said, I'm getting scared. I think these boys might do something terrible. And so I want you to cancel the march. This is what the Klan informant told the police. Police refused to counsel it, refused to tell us, and refused to show up. When we finally got out, we didn't participate in the first trial because it was such a sham. In fact, two of the widows did 30 days in jail because when they were called to go to the witness stand, they wouldn't go. And I did 18 days in jail on a hunger strike because I was doing what I'm doing now, going around saying this. And when they arrested me, I refused to stand up for the judge. And they jumped over the rail and grabbed me and really beat me up and locked me up. But I refused to take any food for the full 18 days. It actually worked quite well because I was well overweight. And so that's some of the backstory. It's just a little of it to give you a taste of what we have been through.